What is up, guys? This is Jared from Spintwistgames here, and I just played The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2, and it is absolutely amazing. I think it's probably the best episode so far. It's very enjoyable. Basically what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing an analysis video on summarizing what really happened in there, and pointing some stuff out, and confirming and denying all the prediction videos that I had made beforehand, or what was true and what was not true. So I would advise that if you've not played it yet, that you should probably not watch this video. You should probably close it right now because there's going to be a lot of major spoilers in here. Alright, so without further ado, we will get to the main points. So, in the beginning, if you went with Pete or Nick, Pete dies no matter what. Even if you go with him, he's dead. Nothing you can do. He smokes in a little car, and then you eventually try to escape out of the car, and then, yeah, he's dead. I think they said that he got shot, which is strange, because, I don't know, there was no shooting, but they said that he got shot in the head before he died. And Nick lives no matter what. He goes and he hides in the shed. If you go with him, then you can see that he drinks a lot of whiskey, and yeah, and then you eventually escape, and then Nick doesn't make it either. He has to go back into the shed, and you go back for him later, and he's all good. And then once Clementine gets back to the house, everybody decides to go out looking for everybody, trying to get everybody rounded up and stuff, except for Sarah and Clementine, who stay back at the house when Carver shows up, and he is very suspicious about who's really there, because he doesn't know Clementine. He does know the entire group. So he's just going around, and Sarah is really scared, and she's hiding. He eventually finds a picture of Sarah, and he knows that the group is there. So then, once the group gets back, then they're scared about Carver, that he's gonna come back with his group, so they just leave. Eventually, Clementine and Luke decide to scout ahead on a bridge to make sure everything is all safe, and they run into some zombies, but they make it out alive. And then this dude named Matthew shows up, and he seems like a pretty good dude. He has a gun, but then he lowers it for them, and he invites them to go with their food, come eat their food. And then Nick shows up. He was following Luke and Clementine, and he just straight up shoots Matthew, and he thinks that he's a threat, and he just shoots him. And then everybody's mad at Nick for shooting him because he didn't really do anything, and he was gonna help him. And so the entire group starts walking down the bridge, and they get to some place, I don't really know what it was, where they were at, but then they run into another group. And in this group there is some tension. And then that's when Clementine walks in, and she realizes that it's Kenny's group, and Kenny is alive, in fact. And then everybody gets all united because Kenny knows Clementine, and it's all good. And they go back to Kenny's house, and they're all being happy, and they eat some food. This dude named Walter was really good friends with Matthew, who Nick shot, and they don't know that he's dead. Eventually, Clementine is told by Rebecca that the baby is Carver's, and it's not Alvin's. And I think it's Walter and Kenny and Clementine, and they're looking outside around the cabin when they notice that Bonnie from 400 Days is staring through the window, spying on them. And they're all suspicious at first, but Walter's a really nice dude, and he invites her to come in and have food, and he says that he'll help out their group and stuff. But then she leaves. Nick and Clementine tell Walter that Matthew has been shot, and at first he's really sad, and it kind of looks like he's gonna stab Nick, but then he just throws the knife away, and he's very forgiving. He's a very nice person. The windmill that powers their generator starts making a lot of noise and starts attracting zombies, so they start trying to shoot him down, and it's just making a lot of noise and bringing a lot of zombies. eventually Bonnie comes back with Carver and a few other people, and that's when we know that Carver's not a good guy. He starts shooting all the zombies, he kills them down, but then he brings everybody in and he takes them as a prisoner, except for a few that are hiding out, like Luke and Clementine and Kenny, who are hiding outside. I don't know where Luke is actually, I don't think it ever says. And Carver wants to see Rebecca because obviously it's his kid, and Carver really hates Carlos, and I'm not really sure why, but he seems to have more tension with Carlos than anybody else. And eventually Kenny shoots one of Carver's dudes, and Carver's not very happy about that, so he shoots Walter, and Walter dies sadly. And in the end, they turn themselves in, and Carver takes everyone as a prisoner. So yeah, that's it, long story short. Now I'm just gonna get to all of my prediction videos and confirm and bust them like all Mythbuster-y, if that's a word, probably not at all. But here we go. So the first thing that I was really talking about was the "I thought you were dead" thing in the trailer, the first trailer, and everybody was thinking Lily or Lee even, and all this stuff, but a lot of people were thinking Kenny, and in the end it was actually Kenny, which is very surprising but very awesome at the same time. All of Gavin Hammond's tweet hints were, I guess, really hinting that he was alive, which is awesome. So now for that zombie Kenny fake. It obviously was fake because Kenny is not a zombie and he is indeed alive, and that's good. One of the things that I talked about was that there might be some Lee flashbacks, and I thought there probably would be because Dave Noy was doing some studio stuff, saying he was working on a top secret project, and I thought it might be something to do with Walking Dead. Probably not though. Some people were saying that Kenny's death was gonna be quick, like he was gonna die early on, or he would not be a good guy and he would be a threat to the group now, but turns out that is not so, and hopefully he survives the entire season. I don't want to see him die, that'd be sad. And the whole separation thing between Luke and Clementine and the group was in fact true. I was right about that, yeah. But it wasn't really a separation, they volunteered to scout ahead. Now for the other Kenny fake thing, where we saw Kenny with a beard, and everybody was saying that he was probably fake, even Gavin Hammond said it was a fake. And he is wearing different clothes, but he does in fact have a beard, and I'm really wondering about this picture, where it came from, because it's actually quite similar to what actually happened in the Season 2, Episode 2. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and remember to rate, comment, subscribe. I plan to make more videos about this, of course. I'm gonna do some stuff on the new trailer for Season 2, Episode 3, and I see a very epic future in this series. So, yeah, leave a comment if you have anything to say, if you want me to put anything in the episodes, or if I said something wrong, of course, and I need to be corrected. Feel free to do that in the comments section. Thank you for watching again, and goodbye.